Good morning, dear students. Again, welcome back to Biology Brahmastra series. Last class, we were discussed about development of anther. Development of anther. In development of anther, some portions we have completed. Already, I had told you. Initially, anther develops as a small outgrowths which consist of group of cells covered by only epidermis. There is only epidermis, it is covered by epidermis, and there is a group of cells inside it. It contains group of cells, and these all the cells are homogeneous, means of same size, and meristematic cells. All are meristematic cells. What is the name of the covering? It is called epidermis. Already we have discussed this part. We have already this part discussed. But after that, we have discussed what there is when development takes place gradually. What happens? Some change takes place, and due to change, the cells present in 4 vertical rows. I am directly coming to the diagram. 4 vertical rows of cells are produced, which are called as archisporial cell. You have to recall the last class. I had told you, archisporial cells present at the 4 corners in 4 vertical rows. That part we have discussed. 4 vertical. These are not single cells. These are vertical rows of cells. Means these are at the lower side also cells are present. You can refer the last class if you have forgotten. So these cells are called as archisporial cell. And archisporial cell divide periclinally to form 2 cells. What are the 2 cells? The archisporial cell when divide, it produces 2 cells, primary parietal cell and a primary sporogenous cells. So each corner contains 2 rows of cells. Now each corner contains 1 row, so 4 rows of cells are there. But now after division, each corner possesses 2 rows of cells. 2 rows of cells. And the covering is called epidermis. I had already told you. Covering name is epidermis. This is the covering, epidermis. But what is the cell just below the epidermis and what is the cell after that? 2 cells are there. Just below the epidermis, this cell is called primary parietal cell. Primary parietal cell. And the cell just below the primary parietal is called as a primary sporogenous cell. Primary sporogenous cells. Sporogenous cell. So 2 cells are there. This is primary parietal, primary sporogenous. Similarly, you can take this is primary parietal, primary sporogenous. This is primary parietal, this is primary sporogenous. Primary parietal, primary sporogenous. So outer one is means towards the epidermis is primary parietal, and away from epidermis is primary sporogenous cell. Now what will happen? It is observed after this. What will happen? Again there is cell division. What will happen? Again there is cell division. And cell division takes place in all the cells. Primary parietal cell also divides and primary sporogenous cell also divides. The 2 cells divide. And what will happen now? Previously we have discussed the outer covering is epidermis. This one is epidermis, huh? This one is epidermis. But now what will happen? That is important thing. Listen carefully. Now tell me, just below the epidermis, which cell is present? This one, primary parietal cell. Now this primary parietal cell will divide from all the corner, 4 corner. This primary parietal, this primary, this primary, this primary. All primary parietal cell will divide and form different layer just below the epidermis. They form again many layers. How many layers? 3 to 5 layers. 3 to 5 layers. How many layers are produced? 3 to 5 layers. Means epidermis 1 layer. Just below the epidermis, 3 to 5 layers are produced. Then, after this 3 to 5 layer is produced by primary parietal cell. This is produced by primary parietal cell. Primary parietal cell. But after primary parietal, what is present? This is primary sporogenous cell. The primary sporogenous cell divide and form many sporogenous cells. Primary sporogenous cell divide for many sporogenous cells, not primary sporogenous cell. Previously they are called primary sporogenous cell, but now they divide to form many sporogenous cell, and this sporogenous cell form a group. This group is called as a sporogenous tissue. This is called as a sporogenous tissue. So sporogenous tissue. Why it is called sporogenous tissue? All of you know. Tissue means a group of cell. And this group of cells, sporogenous tissue, is made of sporogenous cell. The tissue just replaced with cell. This sporogenous tissue is sporogenous tissue, and the cell which makes this tissue is sporogenous cell. And the sporogenous cell are produced just like this 3 to 5 layer. Just below the epidermis, 3 to 5 layer is produced by primary parietal cell. Now which cell is remaining? Primary sporogenous cell. So now this sporogenous tissue is produced by primary sporogenous cell. This much thing you have to remember. Then we will move to the next part. So important thing here you have to remember. What is the important thing? What primary parietal cell do and what primary sporogenous cell do. So first, the covering is epidermis. It is present from the beginning. So but after epidermis, the 3 to 5 layer is produced by primary parietal. So if question comes, epidermis is formed by primary parietal cell, is it true or false? It is completely false. The primary parietal cell never forms epidermis. Epidermis is present from the beginning. But these 3 to 5 layers, just below the epidermis के बाद जो लेयर आएगा, एपिडर्मिस के बाद जो 3 to 5 लेयर प्रोड्यूस होगा वो प्राइमरी पेरिटल सेल बनाएगा, लेकिन उसके बाद जो टिश्यू होगा प्राइमरी स्पोरोजिनस सेल उसको बनाएगा. प्राइमरी स्पोरोजिनस सेल विल फॉर्म दैट टिश्यू इज कॉल्ड स्पोरोजिनस टिश्यू. ओके, so now we will discuss the detailed structure of anther. This is the development of anther. Now we will move towards the detailed development of anther completed. Now we will detailed structure of microsporangium. What microsporangium contain? Already last class I had told you what is microsporangium. If you take a section of anther, cut section, if you cut the anther transversely, let this is the anther, already it is cut transversely. Okay, this is the section, transverse section of the anther. This is the anther. This is the filament. Lower part is the filament. This is the anther. Already I have told you, each anther consists of two anther lobes. This one is anther lobe, this one is another anther lobe. And each lobe contains two sac-like structure. In each lobe there is two sac-like structure. These sac-like structure are called as microsporangium. These are called as microsporangium. Now we will discuss about this microsporangium. And how this microsporangium is formed, already we have discussed. How it is formed. It is covered by outer covering epidermis. What is the outer covering of microsporangium? Epidermis. And microsporangium are the two sac-like structure in one lobe. So that's why total, how many microsporangium you find? In this lobe, 2, in this lobe 2, total 4. In one anther, total 4 microsporangium are present. Microsporangium 4 in number. And this microsporangium, in the future, it become pollen sac, pollen containing sac. What is pollen? I will explain, just wait. In today's class, we will discuss what is pollen. So this microsporangium in future become pollen sac, the sac containing pollen grains, So now we will discuss about each microsporangium. Now cut one microsporangium, let this microsporangium, cut one microsporangium and look it under microscope. Now we will cut and look it under microscope. If you will study one microsporangium clearly, then we will apply it for 4. All the microsporangium are same. So first we will study one. So what a microsporangium contains? Two things are present. A microsporangium is covered by many layers. What is the outer covering? I have told you, epidermis. After epidermis, many layers are present, and at the center there is a group of cells or tissues, porogenous tissue. So what we will discuss in this circular structure, you find outer covering is epidermis. Outer covering is epidermis. This one is epidermis. I will write. This one is epidermis. Epidermis. Okay. Epidermis is clear. This one is epidermis. But epidermis is not single layer. It is not only present. After epidermis, 3 to 5 layers are present. Already I had told you. The primary parietal cell. Few minutes before I had told you. Primary parietal and primary sporogenous cell. 2 cells were there. When primary parietal cell will divide, it will form 3 to 5 layers. Then what are these 3 to 5 layers? After this epidermis, you find just below the epidermis there is another layer. All are circular, but I am showing half circular because there is no space. So that's why you have to imagine it is circular, completely circular it is present. So second layer is called as endothecium. Second layer is called endothecium. Endothecium. Epidermis complete. Second layer is called endothecium. After endothecium, another layer you will find, and that layer is called as a middle layer. The third layer is called middle layer, and this middle layer is the thickest one. The middle layer is the thickest one and itself consists of 3 layers, 1 to 3, minimum 1 or maximum 3. So this layer is called as a middle layer. This layer is called as a middle layer, and after middle layer, the last layer is called as a tapetum layer. Last layer is known as a tapetum. This layer is called as a tapetum layer. You have to remember the name of these 4 layers. Direct question comes. Arrange the layers from outer to inner. If you look at one microsporangium, each microsporangium is covered by 4 layers. 4 layers. First one is epidermis, second is endothecium, third is middle layer, fourth layer is tapetum. Clear? But important thing, all the layers out of 4, epidermis, endothecium, middle layer, tapetum, out of these 4, all are single layered except middle layer. The epidermis is single layered, endothecium is also single layered, tapetum is also single layered, but middle layer is 1 to 3 layered thick. 1 to 3, minimum 1, maximum 3. I have shown here maximum, but in some plant you find only 1 layer. So now tell me, after epidermis, how many layers you will get? After epidermis, minimum 3 layers you will get. Endothecium, middle layer, tapetum. So that's why endothecium, middle layer, tapetum, these 3 layers are formed by which cell if question comes? These 3 layers are formed by primary parietal cell. So primary parietal cell forms the endothecium, middle layer, tapetum. These 3 are formed by primary parietal cell, but this one present from the beginning. So primary parietal cell forms which layer? Primary parietal. Now I can remove this diagram. Okay, because it's no use of this diagram now. So now we are discussing the structure of microsporangium. Structure of microsporangium. In the structure of microsporangium, 4 wall layer. Out of these 4 wall layer, which layers are formed by primary parietal cell? The primary parietal cell. Primary parietal cell forms 3 layers. After epidermis, the endothecium, those which are written in black. Endothecium, another is middle layer, last one is tapetum. These three layers are formed by primary parietal cell. Okay, so that's why we have discussed after epidermis 3 to 5 layers are produced by primary parietal. Why 3 to 5 layers? When you add 3 layers of middle layer, total become 5, because this one is 1, middle layer itself is 3. So 3 plus 1 plus 1. So total 5 layer is produced by maximum 5, minimum 3 are produced by primary parietal cell. But what the primary sporogenous cell do? Primary sporogenous. What is the function of primary sporogenous cell? Two cells are produced. Already you have discussed primary parietal. Second is primary sporogenous. The primary sporogenous cell is a single cell. It is present at 4 corners. Single cell. And the primary sporogenous cell first divide, form sporogenous cells. Sporogenous cell. Just remove the primary one. Primary sporogenous cell is single, but when it divide, it produces many cells. These cells are called sporogenous cell. And a sporogenous cell differentiate. Differentiate means become mature. When it become mature, some changes takes place. And due to maturation, it converted into another cell that is called MMC. MMC means a microspore mother cell. Microspore mother cell. So here you have to remember from where microspore mother cell comes. The primary sporogenous cell divide to form sporogenous cell forms microspore mother cell. And these microspore mother cell, or we can say sporogenous cell, the microspore mother cell are present in group just below the tapetum, means inner to the tapetum. At this place you find the group of microspore mother cell, and this group is a tissue. And this complete tissue is called as a sporogenous tissue. So if question comes, sporogenous tissue is made of which cell? Sporogenous tissue is made of this microspore mother cell. Sporogenous tissue is made of microspore mother cell. Microspore mother cell is made of sporogenous cell. Sporogenous cell is made of primary sporogenous cell. So this is the structure. But important thing, now we will discuss each layer, each cover's function, and what is the function of this sporogenous tissue, each part's function in detail. So first, if you come to the wall layers, how many wall layers are present? How many covers are present in the microsporangium? This is the structure of microsporangium. We are discussing the structure of what? Structure of microsporangium. If question comes, write about the structure of microsporangium, you have to describe this much things. Okay, now I am going to explain what you have to write. In the structure of microsporangium, first you have to write, it is covered by 4 coverings. One epidermis, another 3. These are covered by this endothelium, middle layer, tapetum. These 3 are formed by primary parietal cell. But if you come to first covering, epidermis, its function is protection. It provides protection. Protection, many things are present inside. So these are protected from damage. These cannot be damaged due to epidermis. So epidermis is that layer which provides protection. Epidermis is that layer which provides protection to all. And protection is not given only by epidermis. The protection given by first 3 layers. All the first 3 layers provide protection. So all the first 3 layers, you have to remember, first 3 layers means epidermis, endothelium, as well as middle layer. All the first 3 layers, they provide protection. All the first 3 layers provide protection. But in addition to that, if you look, other functions are also there in addition to protection. We will discuss later. Now come to tapetum. If you look at the tapetum, tapetum is very important. Why tapetum is important? The cells of the tapetum are different from other cells. So that's why I have shown this layer is the tapetum. If you compare the tapetum layer with other layers, in other layers, the cell are containing only one nucleus, uninucleated. But if you look each cell of tapetum, let this is one cell of tapetum, many cells are there. If you look at each cell, inside each cell there is many nucleus, more than one nucleus. So that's why tapetum is a multinucleate. This question you have to remember. This question comes, which layer is multinucleate? Only tapetum layer is multinucleate. The last layer, tapetum, is multinucleate. Other layers are uninucleate. In other layers, each cell contain one nucleus, but this layer, each cell contain many nucleus, multinucleate in nature. Then, after this much thing, now we will come to sporogenous tissue, then we will come to other function. So, if you come to sporogenous tissue, already I have told you, sporogenous tissue is made of which cell? Sporogenous tissue is made of MMC. MMC means microspore mother cell. Now, many microspore mother cells are there. And how microspore mother cells are produced, I had already told you. So, if you look at each cell of this tissue, each cell, each one is called as MMC, microspore mother cell. So, can I write this one as MMC, microspore mother cell? So, what is the function of these cells? Now, we will discuss, then we will move towards the next part. What are the function of the layers? If you look carefully, now I am going to discuss the function of MMC, microspore mother cell. So the microspore mother cell, take one microspore mother cell, MMC. Microspore mother cell, these are the microspore mother cell. So take one microspore mother cell. The microspore mother cell is 2N in nature. 2N means a diploid. So better we will write a microspore mother cell. Microspore mother cell. Microspore mother cell, shortly written as MMC. The microspore mother cell is 2N. 2N means contain double set of chromosome. And this microspore mother cell, what they do? What is the function here? What they do in this place? The microspore mother cell undergo a cell division, that is reduction division or meiosis. In 11th, all of you read, cell division is of two types, mitosis and meiosis. Mitosis produces 2 daughter cells, but meiosis produces 4 daughter cells. So now this microspore mother cell undergo meiosis to produce 4 daughter cells, and these 4 daughter cells are haploid in nature, haploid. Now compare the chromosome. Here chromosome is 2N, here chromosome is N, means completely half. But number of cell is 4. Chromosome is half, but number of cell is 4. So this microspore mother cell, which is diploid, after meiosis produces how many haploid cells? 4 haploid cells. And these 4 haploid cells are called as microspores. These cells are known as microspores. So now you have to remember, if question comes, how many microspores are produced? And from whom? 4 microspores are produced from 1 microspore mother cell. So why this is called mother cell? Mother means who give birth. So give birth, here who takes birth? Microspores are born now. Now microspores are produced, and produced by which one? Mother. So mother produces. The mother which produces microspore, that mother is called microspore mother. So this one is microspore mother, and these are microspore, because these are the daughter of this mother. So microspore mother cell produces 4 microspores, and the process from this to this is called as a microsporogenesis. Important question. What is microsporogenesis? Microsporogenesis means formation. Formation of microspore is called microsporogenesis. The process of, so what is microsporogenesis? If question comes, you have to write the process of formation of microspores from microspore mother cell. Process of formation of microspore from microspore mother cell. By which division? By meiosis or through meiosis. but complete definition you have to write. How many microspores are produced? 4 microspores are produced from 1 microspore mother cell. So the process by which 1 microspore mother cell undergo meiosis to produce 4 haploid microspores is known as microsporogenesis. But one important thing, after formation of this microspore undergo some change. माइक्रोस्पोर अभी तो फॉर्मेशन हो गया, माइक्रोस्पोर फॉर्मेशन होने के बाद कुछ चेंज होता है उनका. क्या चेंज? द वॉल ऑफ द माइक्रोस्पोर बिकम थिक. द वॉल ऑफ द माइक्रोस्पोर बिकम वेरी थिक. You can look in this diagram and compare with the previous diagram. The microspores. Now this microspore compare with this microspore. This microspore wall is very thin, but with time there is a maturation. उनका मैचुरेशन होगा. किसका मैचुरेशन? माइक्रोस्पोर जो फॉर्मेशन हुई उनका मैचुरेशन होगा. मैचुरेशन होने के बाद वो माइक्रोस्पोर थोड़ा थिक हो जाएंगे. तो देखो इसका वॉल थिक हो गया. Now these thick microspores are called as pollen grains. These are called as pollen grains. Okay, तो 4 माइक्रोस्पोर्स थे, अभी 4 पोलन ग्रेन हो जाएंगे. तो अगर क्वेश्चन आया पोलन ग्रेन कहां से प्रोड्यूस हुआ, पोलन ग्रेन कहां से प्रोड्यूस हुआ? वही माइक्रोस्पोर मदर सेल, क्योंकि पोलन ग्रेन और कुछ नहीं, पोलन ग्रेन के लिए सेल डिवीजन नहीं हुआ. पोलन ग्रेन ओनली द माइक्रोस्पोर्स व्हेन बिकम थिक. अगर माइक्रोस्कोप थोड़ा थिक हो जाएगा, मोटा हो जाएगा, उसका नाम हो जाएगा पोलन ग्रेन. तो अगर क्वेश्चन आया माइक्रोस्पोर कौन बनाता है? माइक्रोस्पोर मदर सेल. पोलन ग्रेन कौन बनाता है? वही आंसर, माइक्रोस्पोर मदर सेल. इसलिए माइक्रोस्पोर मदर सेल को पीएमसी भी बोलते हैं. एमएमसी क्या था? माइक्रोस्पोर मदर सेल. पीएमसी मीन पोलन मदर सेल और पोलन ग्रेन मदर सेल. तो कुछ भी यूज कर सकते हो. तो पोलन मदर सेल या माइक्रोस्पोर मदर सेल. तो अभी मुझे बताओ, अगर एक माइक्रोस्पोर मदर सेल से कितना माइक्रोस्पोर मदर सेल था हमारे पास? एक था. अभी कितना पोलन ग्रेन या माइक्रोस्पोर हो गया? 4 पोलन ग्रेन हो गया. अगर यहां से 1 से 4 पोलन ग्रेन होगा, अगर यहां 100 माइक्रोस्पोर है, बता दो 100 माइक्रोस्पोर मदर सेल यहां पर है, इस टिश्यू में 100 है, तो कितना पोलन ग्रेन बन जाएगा? 400. तो नंबर ऑफ सेल विल इंक्रीज और नंबर ऑफ सेल विल रिमेन सेम. अभी 100 माइक्रोस्पोर मदर सेल है, एक सेल से 4 हो रहा है, तो 100 से कितना होगा? 400. क्या होगा? 400 पोलन ग्रेन. पीजी मीन्स पोलन ग्रेन. तो यहां पर नंबर ऑफ सेल बढ़ जाएगा. नंबर ऑफ सेल बढ़ेगा तो उनके लिए खाना चाहिए, न्यूट्रिशन चाहिए, क्योंकि हर सेल तो लिविंग होता है, लिविंग के लिए कुछ एनर्जी चाहिए. तो पहले जो 100 सेल थे कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं था, जितना खाना उनके पास था वो सर्वाइव कर रहे थे. लेकिन अभी तो 400 सेल हो गया, 400 पोलन ग्रेन या 400 माइक्रोस्पोर हो गया, उनको खाना चाहिए. उनको खाना कौन प्रोवाइड करेगा? उनके पास जो लेयर है वही प्रोवाइड करेगा. तो मुझे बताओ, अभी स्पोरोजिनस टिश्यू के पास कौन सा लेयर है? टैपेटम. तो टैपेटम नॉरिशेस द पोलन ग्रेन. दिस इज वेरी इंपोर्टेंट फंक्शन ऑफ टैपेटम. कौन सा जी क्वेश्चन? टैपेटम. टैपेटम यहां पर लिख देता हूं, टैपेटम का फंक्शन. टैपेटम नॉरिशेस. नॉरिशेस मीन्स प्रोवाइड न्यूट्रिशन और फूड. द टैपेटम नॉरिशेस डेवलपिंग पोलन ग्रेन्स. डेवलपिंग पोलन ग्रेन्स. पीजी मीन्स पोलन ग्रेन्स और माइक्रोस्पोर्स यू कैन राइट. पोलन ग्रेन से पहले कौन था? माइक्रोस्पोर्स. और माइक्रोस्पोर्स से पहले कौन था? माइक्रोस्पोर मदर सेल. तो कुछ भी यहां पर लिख सकते हो. टैपेटम नॉरिशेस पोलन ग्रेन और माइक्रोस्पोर्स और माइक्रोस्पोर मदर सेल और पोलन मदर सेल. ये सब सेल को न्यूट्रिशन प्रोवाइड करेगा कौन? टैपेटम. सो दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फंक्शन. टैपेटम फंक्शन इज नॉरिशमेंट. इट नॉरिशेस, नॉरिशमेंट. और किसको नॉरिशमेंट देगा वो भी याद रखना है, पोलन ग्रेन, टू डेवलपिंग पोलन ग्रेन. तो टैपेटम का फंक्शन कंप्लीट हो गया. टैपेटम का कैरेक्टर क्या है? टैपेटम ईच सेल इज मल्टीन्यूक्लिएट. यू हैव टू रिमेंबर, ईच सेल इज मल्टीन्यूक्लिएट एंड इट प्रोवाइड न्यूट्रिशन. इसका फंक्शन प्रोटेक्शन नहीं, प्रोटेक्शन इसका फंक्शन नहीं. लेकिन अदर जो फर्स्ट जो 3 लेयर थे, एपिडर्मिस, एंडोथेलियम, मिडिल लेयर, उनका फंक्शन प्रोटेक्शन. लेकिन अभी और एक फंक्शन बताऊंगा हर ईच लेयर का. तो नेक्स्ट आफ्टर टैपेटम बाहर को जाएंगे तो टैपेटम के बाहर क्या है? मिडिल लेयर. मिडिल लेयर का काम क्या है? प्रोटेक्शन. इसके साथ और एक काम है स्टोरेज ऑफ फूड. स्टोरेज ऑफ फूड. इट स्टोर्स फूड. इसके अंदर फूड सब स्टोर हो जाते हैं. और वही फूड को टैपेटम दे देता है किसको, पोलन ग्रेन को, नरिशेस। तो टैपेटम का काम है नरिशमेंट, बट अगर क्वेश्चन आया स्टोरेज, फूड इज स्टोर्ड होया, दैट इज मिडिल लेयर, इसलिए मिडिल लेयर थिक हो जाता है, 3 लेयर्स। तो ऑलरेडी बोल चुका हूं मिडिल लेयर इज द थिकेस्ट लेयर। अभी क्वेश्चन आता है नेक्स्ट लेयर, मिडिल लेयर के बाद क्या है, एंडोथेसियम। ये एंडोथेसियम का थोड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट फंक्शन है, इंपॉर्टेंट फंक्शन के लिए हमको थोड़ा जाना पड़ेगा बैक। ऑलरेडी आई हैव टोल्ड यू दिस माइक्रोस्पोरोजेनेसिस, ऑल द प्रोसेस कंप्लीटेड। नाउ इफ यू रिकॉल, already I had told you where pollen grains are produced. Pollen grains are produced inside microsporangium. ये जो माइक्रोस्पोर मदर सेल है यहां पर प्रोड्यूस होता है पोलन ग्रेन। थोड़ा रिकॉल करो हमारा आंथर, आंथर में क्या होता था, आउटर कवरिंग इज एपिडर्मिस, इसके बाद आएगा एंडोथेसियम, मिडिल लेयर, उसके बाद टैपेटम। यहां पर दिखा था एपिडर्मिस, एंडोथेसियम, मिडिल लेयर, टैपेटम। ओके, 4 लेयर खत्म। उसके बाद क्या आएगा, माइक्रोस्पोर मदर सेल। तो अभी मुझे बताओ, ये जो माइक्रोस्पोर मदर सेल यहां पर डिवाइड करेंगे तो बनाएंगे क्या, पोलन ग्रेन। तो यहां पर क्या हो जाएगा, बहुत सारे पोलन ग्रेन प्रोड्यूस हो जाएगा, पोलन ग्रेन। लेकिन ये पोलन ग्रेन क्या होते हैं, ये इसके अंदर कुछ मेल गैमेट होता है, जैसे तुम ह्यूमन रिप्रोडक्शन में पढ़े हो, मेल गैमेट, स्पर्म होता है ह्यूमन का। तो प्लांट का स्पर्म में है पोलन ग्रेन, हम बाद में डिस्कस करेंगे क्या क्या होता है उसके अंदर। तो जब पोलन ग्रेन इसके अंदर प्रोड्यूस हो जाएगा, पोलन ग्रेन को बाहर आना चाहिए। अगर पोलन ग्रेन बाहर आएगा तो रिप्रोडक्शन होगा, जैसे स्पर्म बाहर आता है तो फर्टिलाइजेशन होता है एक के साथ। तो अभी पोलन ग्रेन को बाहर आना पड़ेगा, लेकिन बाहर कैसे आएगा, वो तो बहुत सारे कवर है, वो कवरिंग ब्रस्ट होगा तो आएगा। तो इसलिए तो ब्रस्टिंग टाइम में एंडोथेसियम हेल्प करता है। जो एंडोथेसियम लेयर, जब लगेगा एंडोथेसियम को कि पोलन ग्रेन प्रोड्यूस हो चुका है, जब तक माइक्रोस्पोर मदर सेल है वो ब्रस्ट नहीं करेगा। जब तक माइक्रोस्पोर मदर सेल है सारे के सारे लेयर ऐसे ही रहेंगे जैसे है। लेकिन जब पोलन ग्रेन प्रोड्यूस हो जाएगा, पोलन ग्रेन प्रोड्यूस होने के बाद, जब पोलन ग्रेन प्रोड्यूस हो जाएगा, ये एंडोथेसियम को सिग्नल मिल जाएगा कि पोलन ग्रेन, भाई पोलन ग्रेन प्रोड्यूस हो चुका है। तो अभी क्या होगा, ये एंडोथेसियम लेयर ब्रस्ट हो जाएगा। जब एंडोथेसियम लेयर ब्रस्ट हो जाएगा, उसके प्रेशर से एपिडर्मिस भी ब्रस्ट हो जाएगा। तो फर्स्ट एंडोथेसियम लेयर रप्चर और ब्रेक्स, then it breaks the epidermis. So that's why the complete all the layer breaks, because यहां पर तो फूड है, जहां पर फूड है, फूड खाने के बाद वो भी ब्रस्ट हो जाएंगे। तो पहला लेयर जो ब्रस्ट होता है एंडोथेसियम। तो एंडोथेसियम हेल्प्स इन रप्चर एंड रिलीज ऑफ पोलन ग्रेन। तो जब एंडोथेसियम रप्चर हो जाएगा तो यहां पर एक रास्ता खुल जाएगा और पोलन ग्रेन सब बाहर आ जाएंगे। तो रप्चर ऑफ आंथर वॉल, उसको बोलते हैं डेहिसेंस। तो एंडोथेसियम हेल्प्स इन डेहिसेंस, dehiscence of anther, dehiscence of anther wall and release of pollen grain. You have to remember, dehiscence means rupture, dehiscence means rupture. तो rupture of anther wall कौन करेगा, एंडोथेसियम। एंडोथेसियम helps in rupture of anther wall and release of pollen grain to outside. इसके साथ हम structure of microsporangium complete किए। Okay, this much for today's class. If you have any doubt, you can write in the comment section. I will clarify in the next class. This much for today's. Thanks for all.